Howdy, howdy, who? Yes, I am happy to see you. I didn't even mean to make that rhyme. Aren't I just amazing, guys? Aren't I just amazing? And you can still see me. Check out my cool photo. My mum took this photo. Don't you ever get worried that like someone will get offended by something you say, and even if it's not that bad, and then you're just like, oh god, I shouldn't have said that, but then it's just like, who cares? Like my worry for like not how they feel. I don't really care how they feel. That's kind of like, it's kind of lame. It's gonna come back at you, and then you're fearing this thing that's gonna come to you. Oh, the battery's about to go flat on the camera. All right, guys, this is gonna be a short one. It was actually already gonna be a short one because I don't have much time, and I just figured this would be better than nothing. So here I am, articulating my thoughts on the aroma of life, ladies and gentlemen, boys and people of the universe. I like that. People of the universe, welcome to Archie's Aroma podcast. So yeah, when you get that like fear of something, and it's just like, it's really encapsulating of everything, and it's, when really it's just a thought. And when you see that it's just a thought, that's when you can really start to be courageous. Because your courage is really strong virtue. That's how you work on yourself. You be courageous in times where you feel like you shouldn't do something, but you know that you really actually should. It's sort of like discipline, but it overrides discipline. Discipline is still susceptible to fear, because it's more just like, yeah, I'll do, oh god, but not like that. I'll do it, but I shouldn't do that. You can sort of talk yourself out of discipline, you know. There you go, now I'm in focus. Hey. Yeah, you can sort of just talk yourself out of discipline, because it's like, discipline is sort of like, you can sort of manipulate it to like be focused on a different like way forward. So like, hey, I want to go ask this girl out. Oh wait, no, I'm gonna be disciplined, I'm gonna do it. And I'll walk up there, and then she's talking to someone, I'm like, be disciplined and leave her alone, because that's what she wants, right? Yeah, that's what she wants. Yeah, sort of something like that, you know what I mean? And yeah, it's like you still be scared in that moment, because that's just gonna happen. That's just natural, right? You never asked a girl out, and you're like, no, you're just talking to someone. You can still just go over and, but if you got courage, that fear you can know is normal. You know, it's just like it's not sort of like a thought, but it's sort of just like an energy feeling in your body, you know? Yeah, just some energy. And then you can still like go up and talk to her and just say, what's up? It's about to say a name. You're not gonna say a name. So happy to be doing this podcast, guys. It's actually so fun. Man, I dread this podcast sometimes, because I'm like scared. I'm like, oh my god, how am I gonna talk? But man, it's actually so fun just sitting here and like really getting good. I think I'm getting good at articulating my thoughts, guys. Like, I think this is a really good practice, actually. Sit here in front of the camera and stuff. Oh, this is awesome. And I think a good practice, they do in like acting. I got an acting tip once to just sit in front of a camera and talk. And I was already going to do podcasts, so I was like, yeah, alright, I already do that. And I think they do it. I think the problem with being in front of camera is that you're just all self-conscious. You're self-concerned. I think it's sort of the same thing. Self-conscious because you're self-concerned. So you're all self-conscious because apparently you face a problem. And that something bad's gonna happen because you exist in front of someone. Or like, yeah, that's your ego. I'm pretty sure that's your ego. It's just self-concern. It's like, oh no, I exist in front of someone. What are they gonna think of me? That's like your ego. If you got like a big ego, you're like, people think a lot of me. They think a lot of my sense of of self, man. They think a lot of me. And they better keep thinking a lot of me, eh? Yeah. That's right. And that's why everyone's gonna give me compliments right now. Yeah, or you got like real low ego, and you're like, please think more of me. And then you're like, I guess you're really shy, and you think that everyone's just like not India or something like that. In a similar vein to that gag, is this feeling of being stressed. It is sort of similar to a feeling of being fearful. You know, like if you're fearful, well, not fearful, fearful and not courageous. So sort of like when you tie stress up to this sense of your ego, right? So like of you need to get somewhere, or like your sense of self needs to be regarded a certain way. That's generally what causes most stress. The only other stress is actually not to be worried about at all. It's like the good stress, right, is fine. It's just like, oh my god, these people are relying on me, and now I gotta do stuff for him, so let's go into just do the stuff that I need to do. Unhelpful stress is when you're like, oh my god, what are they gonna think of me? I better just sit here and think about how I can be thought of better. Literally, and you can't even do anything different. And it's just a pain in the butt. When the secret is to get through that stress of feeling like something matters, of how people think about you. The secret, guys. Well, it doesn't need to be a secret, but there's something I figured out right before pressing play, actually. It's just to accept it. Yeah? You're just like, well then, it's okay if people think that I suck at something. Yeah? Like, I was really, like, I guess, stressed, anxious, whatever, because tomorrow morning I have an acting coaching call to work on my acting for 20 minutes on a monologue that I haven't even looked at more than once. Like, looked at the words, like, basically ever. And I'm not going to be able to have a that good of a coaching call to work on those points. Maybe. I'm not actually entirely sure. It might be great still. I might still have good pointers. But what am I going to do about it, man? I only have reality. And to be honest, I'm fine with the reality of me not getting 100% possible, like goodness out of that coaching call. I mean, like, I couldn't anyway. I only have what I have, and that is, I have all the other stuff that have prevented me from getting the most out of that coaching call. So, like, in a way, I'm actually already getting the most that I can out of that coaching call, which is to rock up, like, sort of underprepared, but like, I don't think you can still work on it, like, without it, and just get slightly less. So I'm still prepared for what I have, for what I can. And that's the reality you got to accept, people. If you're all like caught up in this thing of it's something that's only affecting you, and you're worried about it, like, and that's what you're caught up in, like the person on the other coaching call end is going to be offended because I am not like that down on a monologue. One, they're getting, like, they're still getting paid, they're still going to be happy, but like, are you really, really actually this stressed because you care that much about that person? Or is it because you care so much about yourself in the eyes of that person? Like, what self do you care about? There's literally only your body and then your body in the shape of your nervous system, which is your brain. Your identity is going to be crushed, is it? I think an identity is just like an imaginary thing. Like, Where is it? Where's the identity, guys? Where is it? Point to it. Right now. Point to it. Oh, you pointed to the poster on your wall of a dirt bike? That's just a poster, and that's sort of just like a memory, sort of just like a thought. Yeah, just sort of like another like thing appearing in life, you know, consciousness. So just coming up. So like when you get stressed about stuff like this, it's preventing you from just like living as you would anyway, like just normally, like doing that stuff that's good in life. Because it's preventing you because you're too conscious. You're just too worried about your ego. Your ego's just there, and it's like, I can't look like this. I can't look like this. No. Why? Why can't you look like that, man? It's called being humble, I think. Or just, it's not even being humble, it's just being like normal. I mean, normal is to be very self-concerned, but like it's just being naturally in nature, just being like, yeah, this is what's happening, and why would I worry about it? Because there's no other option to choose here. It's just like, anything else I wrote down? It's just worry for one's self-regard. It's not actually the stress that you're telling yourself it is, that yourself that you're worried about is telling you. Like those thoughts. It's not that. You're not worried about the fact that you're not going to get the most out of that acting call. For me, at least. Or maybe you're going to go to school to do a presentation and it's not as good, so you're stressed, like, oh god, or like you got to hand something into someone. Are you really stressed that you're not going to get a good mark? Because if you were actually stressed that you're not going to get a good mark, if that actually mattered to you, you would have put the work in, and then therefore it wouldn't be a problem. Because you always prioritize what you want to do most, okay? So there's your tester. If you put the work in, it's what actually matters. If you didn't put the work in and you're stressed, that's because you're just worried about what they're going to think of you. And that's just an imaginary thing. Like, it's an illusion. They're going to think of you. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I got a stain on my identity, do I? That matters so much that they're gonna like look at me and go, oh my god, cast him out into the wild, through the bushes, stab, 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 stab. Like it, man. What does it matter if for 20 minutes some guy, acting coaching guy, is like,